I have heard the horror stories. I know people on fire departments in several counties across this great state, and all they tell me is, we weren't prepared because we're more worried about some smelt fish or some little bug or critter in these dead trees, and we're more worried about the water, putting it back into the ocean from the rainwater. There were so many miscalculations and missteps here. But what kills me is, instead of putting money back into the system to be prepared for fighting a super fire like just broke out, no, we're paying the water district person almost $1 million. And the DEI firefighter hire is making 400 and some K. I would think folks in Los Angeles are pretty peeved right now seeing these numbers you guys dropped.
Yeah, we were surprised to find, Crowley's pay $440,000. That's as you say, the first LGBTQ person to be the LA fire chief. One of the first things she did when she got in that position was to make sure DEI goals were front and center. They started their DEI bureau, her and then, the mayor Garcetti. That was one of the first things they did.
How much cash went to that, by the way, Rachel? Did you guys happen to see? Because I know I saw an interview from Crowley when she first took office, a year ago? Was it 24 or 23? Whenever she took office, the reporter interviewed her, and the reporter from LA is going, how many females are currently on the force? Well, only about 159 out of 3,300. And so I'm going to do my part to make that better. And the reporter's like, well, how many? Well, as many as possible. I'm sorry, but if your job taking over as a fire chief is more concerned about people's gender that you're hiring to fight fires instead of having the equipment, the water, and the staff, you don't belong in that position.
Fires don't care about a person's skin color or gender or sexual preference.
Thank you.
The amount of water that's in these tanks that were needed to be able to fight the fires, that's incredibly important. And like you said, the head of the Department of Water and Power, she makes $750,000 a year. Now, the city justified that when they hired her. They said that it was necessary to attract private sector talent. And so that's why they were paying her so much when her predecessor made $435,000. So, right, $300,000 more than her predecessor clearly has not made a difference. That didn't make water magically appear. It didn't make the fire department all of a sudden able to fight.
Wait a second, hold on. I got to clarify what you just said. We're talking about the fire chief or the water management gal?
No, so we're talking about Water and Power. That's the CEO.
Right. So she got how much more money than her predecessor?
Her predecessor made $435,000.
And she's making $750,000.
That's right. The board members at Water and Power said, we need to attract private sector talent. And so this is, obviously it doesn't make a difference when it comes to fighting fires. We see here $300,000 extra dollars, and there's not enough water. She's in charge of getting that water exactly for this type of scenario. So that's sort of frustrating, especially when you look at that budget cut to the fire department.
Yeah. I hate to ask, Rachel, any more money you found that they've been wasting, whether it be at water management, the city, or the fire department? Because I know you guys are great at digging into the numbers.
Top paid employees of the city of Los Angeles all work for Water and Power.